What's up, guys? It's Packing Pro, J-Dog. First video with a special guest ever. Congratulations, you made it first. Out of the 30 people I've had ask me to do it, you're the first one I've actually, made somebody stop to do this with. We literally stopped in the Glenwood parking lot. I was like, let's do a YouTube video, dude. Before I go home, we gotta do one. So, you know your boy is already dipping on Grizzly. I've had a couple y'all ask me 100 times, what do you dip now? What do you dip now? This is it. This is all I dip right here. It's Grizzly. Any kind of wintergreen that's Grizzly. Dark.
Shit, where my other can go?
I don't know. So last night, we, me, J-Dog, and a couple of the guys got together. We had us a little fun town, good times.
Oh.
I may or may not have fallen in my own piss. I'm 100% not certain. Either way, it was funny as hell. I'm trying to pee, right? I'm drunk as shit.
His dick's flopping and everything.
Yeah, I mean, my dick's flopping around. And I'm like, fuck, I can't get my balance. So I start sliding in gravel. I know what it was. Maybe I was falling. I was slipping in the gravel or whatever. Like my boots were making me slide or something. I don't know. But I fucking fell over, and my dick's still out, and I'm trying to get up and not hurt my pecker on my pants or anything. I'm like, fuck. So I may or may not. I don't smell like piss, so I don't think I fell in my own piss, but it's a possibility that I fell in my own piss.
So the reason he fell in his own piss is because he was laughing so hard because I was drunk off my ass and decided to pull my pants down in the yard and take a shit right there.
This man shits in the yard and then doesn't even. He's like, we offer him toilet paper to wipe his ass when we get back inside, and he just was like, no, I'm good. I was like, J-Dog, you're gonna have shit stains in your britches. Man, it was funny. Last night was a fucking good night, though. That's probably one of the best nights I've had in a while. Drinking, I didn't have to worry about finding somewhere to go. It was a good ass night.
We went through a whole fucking bottle of tequila, vodka. What was it? 6
It was
different,
a half gallon.
Yes, 6 different beers.
I think it was actually a gallon. Went through a bottle of the cheapest, strongest vodka you could buy. And then me and you split that Red's Wicked Apple.
I don't even fucking remember half the night.
Which I ended up drinking most of it because we wanted you sober up that way.
Yeah, I had to drive home, so I couldn't get as fucked up as they could.
But I had to rub Dylan and Juan's back. My man's wherever you're puking. I'm about to rub my back like that. So I fucking rubbed her back for 30 minutes.
Is it yours or mine?
Mine. And then we went in. They finally got them puking. It was the funniest shit. Even though I woke up this morning with a headache, I still didn't have a hangover. I just had a headache. That was it. And after I ate and had a shower, I was pretty well alright.
There it is.
But it was just a good time. Yeah, he's practicing how to do that. He ain't learned the old flick of the wrist yet.
That one's full, fuck. Oh, that's why I was dipping. I was doing dark now.
I love dark. Dark's good.
That was a fun night.
It was just a good night all around. It was so funny. Everybody puked. I was the only one that drank out of us last night, other than him, that had a lot of alcohol that did not puke. I was the only one. Dylan puked, Juan puked, Jameson puked.
I about puked, but
Jameson dry heaved like a motherfucker. I was trying to make myself puke so I could just keep drinking, because I hadn't had anything to eat. So I just wanted to, I was like, I was trying, dude. I like held my finger out of my mouth for like 20 seconds. I was like, fuck, I can't do it.
I had like 3 different pancakes.
Yeah.
A bottle,
my dad told me last time he was home, he's like, you ever want to just like drink and to continue to drink, just drink a lot. He's like, when you start feeling that, you know you're triggered to puke, he's like, go make yourself puke. I cannot make myself puke. I cannot. If I can stick a finger, 2 fingers, hell, if I could fit my whole hand in my mouth and try it, I would, but 2 fingers, I still don't puke. Maybe if I stuck 2 fingers somewhere where they didn't belong.
Stick something else in your...
Stick your pussy in my mouth, I'll be like, oh, shit.
Depends on the pussy.
Yeah. I like to go down on girls. Ain't my...
It depends on the girl.
If I trust the girl, yeah.
Yeah, if it's a nice girl, then...
If she's a church-going young lady. Come on. Those ones you gotta look out for, the good ones. The good ones be the nastiest little freaks.
They got wild side.
Mm-hmm.
They don't expect it from me.
It was just a good night all around, guys.
So your man's going in the Air Force. I'm going in the Army.
Couple more months. Hopefully I'll be Air Force, but I still have to go have x-rays. But
we're gonna fuck shit up.
They come back clean. I'm going Air Force. Then my man's Jay. He's supposed. We're still waiting on him to get off juvenile probation. You can still get in on juvenile charges. Juvenile charges don't matter.
They'll probably drop it if he does go in.
As long as he follows his probation, but
yeah,
Jay never follows probation.
He just has to go talk to the judge. Be like, listen, man, I want to go in.
Yeah. There's a fucking spider in your mirror. Just watch that bitch crawl in there.
I know, it's been fucking making a web every single day.
It's funny, though. There's a web a day will keep all the other animals away.
Yeah.
He's walking across the mirror. He's like, this is my turf, Holmes. I webbed this bitch up. You never get out.
I fucking washed that thing yesterday, too.
Did you really?
Yeah, I pressure washed that whole entire mirror.
That's funny as well. He's like, I'm never leaving. I'm here forever. There's somebody walking the track over. I can't believe people come here to walk the track.
I'm gonna call him Jeff.
Get a treadmill. Why would people not just get a treadmill? By the time you spend the money in gas or use the gas to come up here every day to walk the track.
I mean, I got a treadmill and it's boring.
Yeah, but that's why you put in some coon tunes and you just fucking sprint for like 30 minutes until your legs hurt so bad that you can barely walk.
When I ran cross country, we were always running out in the wilderness.
Yeah,
It was a lot better scenery, so you just running, watching TV is boring as fuck.
You when you go in, depending on where you go for basic training, because you'll have to go through basic training before you go to college.
I think if I do go National Guard, then I'll be going to Mount Carmel.
No, not necessarily.
That's what the recruiter told me. Because he said that's where they have the most openings for combat medic.
Yeah, oh yeah, you'll get combat medic. Well, you're still a support class, though. You're not infantry.
Plus, I'll go to college to be an officer, so...
Well, yeah.
I'll probably just skip basic and go to officer school.
No, you have to go through basic. Everybody has to go through basic.
Well, because he had offered the Minuteman Scholarship, which would skip me through basic, and I'd just go straight to officer... let me figure out the name. I have it in my text messages.
Now, unless you went somewhere like West Point or something. If you went to West Point, then yeah, you wouldn't have to go to basic. That's basic in college, pretty much. You wake up every morning at like, I think 6.
Officer candidate school. That's what I would go to instead of basic.
We had one lady, she was a lot older than, what she looked. She was like 30.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know she was like 30. I didn't know you could still get in at 30. But the cutoff age used to be like 28. So, she came in just to write a fucking book on it. She literally joined and she was a best-selling author. Like, she has 2 books. I can't remember her name's Christina something. But, Christine or Kristen or something like that. But she has 2 books that are published and were like top sellers.
Mm-hmm.
and like on real shit, about real shit. I'm like, why would you buy a book to read about someone else's life?
I don't know. My grandma bought me a book on the Army.
Well, that's different. I mean, that's like,
but it was about this one guy that went in, and it was about his time in Afghanistan, to where they were trapped in a valley or whatever, and
right.
they were fighting out.
Well, I mean, that I could understand, but somebody else's, like, an experience like that, or like
Just going in and
going in to do, like, I mean, very few people, let me say this, join the military just to be like, I wanted to join because I want to serve my country. Yeah, you want to serve your country, but that's not the first play that's in your head. The first play that's in your head is benefits. If I die, my family's taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to college.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm doing. I'm using it for college first, and then I'm gonna go serve my country. So that when I do come out, then I'll have something to fall back on.
Absolutely. But when we were asked why we joined, I was like, look, dude, I joined for a fucking career because I didn't go to college.
Mm-hmm.
This was basically the other option to me. And now, like, I've seen I could work and make the same amount of money, but it's just not as fun.
Yeah, like, you don't get that brother shit that you get while you're in the army.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
like that.
And man, any of y'all, I made a video about it when I was pretty much getting kicked out of the army. It wasn't, I didn't get kicked out, I got hurt, and then they sent me home. But dude, I followed my dreams, and like I said, I graduated. I was like 1% that actually makes it through that shit.
It is difficult.
It is. It's hard. And it's not the physical aspect. Anybody that
it's the mental, because you got to be mentally prepared to go in.
Exactly. I wasn't mentally prepared. I mean, I was mentally prepared. Like, I knew that's what I was doing. I wasn't like forced into it. I wasn't scared. I was nervous though.
But you aren't mentally prepared for what the drill instructors put you through.
Exactly.
While you're in there.
You get screamed at. I mean, right in your face. I mean, this close. They'll have their hat bent on your forehead and you cannot move.
You got the spit flying in your face and everything. It's difficult to keep your cool, and yes sir, and
yes drill sergeant, no drill sergeant.
If you guys do go in, you got to remember, no matter what you do in basic, you're wrong.
Yeah,
they're always right. It's always a yes sir, I'll get right on it, and you do it automatically.
Oh, don't call them sir when you get in there. I'm telling you now for future reference. Sergeant, drill sergeant.
Yeah.
Which if you go to basic, you'll have a drill sergeant, and when you hit AIT, you'll have a platoon sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they start putting drill sergeants back in AIT.
Don't be screaming yes sir, yes ma'am. Be screaming yes
drill sergeant.
Yes drill sergeant.
No drill sergeant. Yes sergeant. No sergeant.
Even staff sergeants, yes staff sergeant, stuff like that.
Most of the staff sergeants, unless they're like really giddy about their rank, and it just means rank means all rank means is your paycheck and how long you've been in.
And it's sad because nowadays staff sergeants are a dime a dozen.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Army's so huge, staff sergeant has become something that doesn't even mean it. You go into somewhere for line of work and you say, I was a staff sergeant in the Army, that's not going to mean anything. You go in and say something like,
I was an officer, I was a lieutenant colonel,
something like that, and they're gonna look at you like
I was a first lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a staff sergeant when I was in AIT. Barely ever seen the man. First time I ever met him was when I was getting discharged. He looked at my PT scores and he was like, how are you fucked up? He's like, how? He's like, I don't understand. He's like, dude, you ran your mile in like 15 minutes was your longest 2 mile. He's like, and you were sick then. He was like, you're on a profile, you weren't even supposed to run it. He's like, in your second, he was like, your like shortest time was 12 minutes. He's like, and then you were dying after that, which I was.
See, I'm not looking forward to that part because my mile time's like 4 minutes 58 seconds, so I'm gonna be in the top tier.
Oh yeah.
So they're gonna be pushing me twice as hard.
Yeah. Well, if you're running a mile, don't kill yourself
Yeah.
until like, because the only one that really counts is your final PT test. Now you always want to try to do good on your PT test, because a lot of times they will reward you. They give you like 5 minutes on your phone. Like our last PT test, if our platoon had the highest PT scores, they threw us a fucking pizza party.
Mhm.
Like, no shit, a whole pizza party. Now we had to pay for the pizza, of course. They
Yeah.
weren't
But
that nice
you still
to us,
got the
but
time off too.
yeah, and we got our phones.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's gonna kill me not being able to dip or anything, smoke.
yeah, that's gonna suck. That's why I told you to go Air Force. Once you're in AIT in the Air Force, you can dip and smoke if you
I
want
mean,
to.
once I get out, once I get out of basic, then I can all I want. And if I skip basic, like I'm wanting to,
Yeah.
then I don't have to worry about it at all. But
Yeah. But yeah, guys, just always remember, if you're gonna do something like that, just fucking be prepared to not see your family.
yeah, you're gonna get homesick, real homesick.
Yeah, it fucking sucks, dude. I was homesick like a motherfucker the first like month I was there.
And yeah, when you get out, you can talk to them a bit more. But while you're in basic, that's 4 months in the Army. I think it's like 13 weeks in Air Force.
No, basic training's like a month and it's about 2 months and 15 days.
Yeah, so for those few months that you're in basic, you're gonna be so homesick because you don't get your phone except for mornings on Sundays.
Yeah, I think you get it Sunday morning. We got ours Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, depending on your platoon, I guess.
Yeah.
Or you.
And some places you won't even touch it.
Mhm.
Our company was like really lax because they had a suicide the cycle before us,
Mhm.
and that shit was real. That bitch was still, the ghost was there. We heard her several times. We heard screams. We heard fucking like the sound a rope makes when it like it hits.
Yeah.
It's like it makes like that weird noise. We heard that shit. I swear I seen her twice, like walking down the hallway at night when I was on fire guard.
And if you guys do go in, don't let it get to you to the point where you do hurt yourself. It gets better. It's
never
only
do that.
basic is just they're trying to break you down to build you back up to where they
Exactly.
want you to be. Don't let it get to you to the point where you'll do anything that you regret.
Absolutely not.
Because you've not only got to think about yourself, and it gets better afterwards. Think about your families at home who are gonna miss you if you do something like that.
Yeah, and don't any of y'all don't think like you go in there and it's not for you, that you're just gonna escape out of there and be like, oh, I can't do it. You will catch the worst discharge that they can give you if you do something like that. The only way you're gonna get out of there with any kind of disability is if mind fucks you so hard that you can't function like a normal person, and then you're gonna be classified as like not necessarily psychotic, but psychotic. I mean,
Yeah.
weak-minded, whatever you want to put it. You're gonna have a classification for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and anytime you go to get a job or anything, then
It shows up.
It's on that record. They're not gonna want to hire you or anything. So it is a big decision to make. You got to make sure you're ready for that decision, and make sure you're mentally stable enough to actually go through with it, because you are signing 8 years for Army away your life. I don't know how much it is for Air Force or any of that.
Well, you do 4 years of, if you go active, you got 4 years, and then you've got 4 years of reserves, so
Yeah.
it's 8 years in total, basically. But once you're, reserves, you won't have to do like a drill. You won't have to do drills. That will just pull you if like we get into a serious ass war.
And it's sad because my dad brought up a good point. So if you enlist straight up infantry,
Mm-hmm.
you do get like a $16,000
Signing bonus.
signing bonus cash right in your lap as soon as you sign up, and you get schooling if you want it. You get free housing, free food, all that, but you are being sent out and your life is on the line.
Yeah.
So
You will be the first one to be deployed. As soon as you get, well, not necessarily. I mean, you may not get deployed, but your chances of being deployed
it's
are
really,
a lot
especially when you just straight up enlist. So when you're in basic, you make $1,500 a month. When you get out, it goes up to $1,600, and then after 6 months, it goes up to $1,800, and 2 years, it goes to $2,000. So my dad brought up the point. It's sad that our soldiers that are putting their life on the line, their limbs, everything, they get paid so little, to whereas somebody who cleans skyscraper windows for a living gets paid $40 an hour. That's $1,300 a day. That's a third of what you'd make as an officer.
Yeah.
But that's on a daily basis instead of a month.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad.
And anybody who goes to sign up, 88 Mike is a good job if you make it through. When we went to AIT, our platoon sergeant was straight up. He has been at 88 Mike his whole career. He had his jump wings, you know, he had everything. Air assault, all that. But when you go to be an 88 Mike, you might as well count on being a bomb decoy, basically. If you get deployed, the boots to the ground, like, life and death ratio is like 3 deaths to 1 living. 3 casualties to 1 unharmed. 1 uninjured.
What me and my dad like to say to people who want to join is, don't just go in just to go in. Go in with a game plan. Like, use it to better yourself even while you're in the Army or even when you get out. Because if you just go in just to go in, I mean, it's one thing if you have, like, if it's a last resort and you're going in to try and better yourself a little bit.
Better your life or something like that.
But even at that, go in to do something that
you want to do.
Don't
take the first job.
Yeah.
You've always got time, unless you're like 27 and you turn in 28 in 3 weeks.
And they'll throw bonuses at you just to get you to do the crappy ass jobs. So keep in mind, the more bonuses they throw at you, they're trying to get you the jobs that you won't like or that people don't usually do.
Yeah, they'll try to put you in the job that they need to fill.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I went in, the day I picked my MOS, the only 2 MOSs available all day. We sat there all day and called Rock, I think is what it's called, Rock. Was 88 Mike, 11 Bravo, and 92 Yankee, I think, which is a supply specialist, which is the one I should have took. And a cook. They always have cooks.
But so, like, I'm going in as a officer, but I'm going to be a medic on infantry, which has always been my dream, to be infantry. So the way that I'm doing it is, if I go in as a medic, I come out and I do my other dream, which has always been to be in a hospital.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go in, I'm going to learn a trait of how to save lives, stuff like that. I'll come out, I'll get in the hospital, and I'll be the most qualified for the job. So you want to make sure you go in with a game plan, make sure you come out to where it'll put you on top, and you'll be set.
Well, guys, I think that's all we got for you today. Packing Pro and Justin signing off.